Oh, cool. Like, it actually listens if I'm muting it. Woohoo! Ooh. What is this? Ow! Oh. Ow! Yeah, I know. It's the moderator. It's always like moderator for the first minutes. Just light it up. It could turn into a grenade. Everything's gonna be okay. All I ever used to fucking post is fucking Who Got Pot. Oh, just sit back and take a puff. Keep rolling. Oh my god, you guys are so dumb. Didn't we lost our life? Some rockin'. People say. Oh my god, no, you did not. Oh god, that's what you name your dog, not your child.
Hi.
Yeah, here. Hi. What does that say?
What's costing more?
No, you didn't see the. No, it's the.
Oh. Putin.
Just that.
Oh.
It's just. That's the only reason I have Sarah Porter on here. I'll unplug.
It's okay.
I'm sorry, Charge. Wait, what song is that? I feel like I know this song.
Tim Hortons commercial.
Oh, that's like the only good thing about Tim Hortons. Like their coffee is just like horrific, but the Timbits at a hockey game, even the hockey game was fucking garbage. But the Timbits were just like I still am dying. Could not believe no one ever exposed me to that. Fucking best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. That was kind of funny. There was like a guy like trying to ski away like on like flat land away from a ski-doo guy who was just like being a fat ass like yeah.
I was like watching the Timbits where they're just like fucking they're just trying to get away. They're just not going anywhere. It's like when Jack runs too fast. He doesn't go anywhere.
Which just pours Jack Daniels down
That's
someone's throat
disgusting. Like Jack Daniels is all around a fucking nasty ass drink. Like
that's not the same girl. Got a new thing. Oh shit! Not what
that looks really old. Girl. No, they are. Actually, I like what well, I don't personally. I don't like it, but I get it a lot. Will Smith, him and his wife, because they were like, she's got a boyfriend, and he was like, yeah, I know, I met him. Like, me and him are like kind of tight actually, because me and him had to have a sit down talk. It is very cold. But like,
sweater.
Yeah, no. Him and like Will Smith, apparently he had to go to Will Smith's face and they had to have a sit down talk about how they are going to share Will Smith's wife. And he was just like, listen, I'm her husband. He was like, I respect you so much. I was like, oh my god, that guy was shitting his fucking pants. Like, but like, I get it though. We're like, the fuck is left in their marriage? They're best friends at least. That's fucking amazing. You're gonna ruin you guys' best friends for like what? Cause she wants to go fuck some young guy. Like, she's gorgeous on top of that. And fucking at least fucking Will Smith now knows about it, and they can have a fucking productive family still, rather than fucking lie to your kids forever. And then when they're 25, they're just like confused, like what? Like you guys are getting different houses or what? Like fucking, it's like unfathomable.
Swinging.
No, well, like it's just like sad to see a grown ass adult, and you're just like, oh god. It's like I have to tell you that the tooth fairy isn't real. Yeah, we'll go for that walk now. Now that I'm freezing, and now that I have to turn everything down and I'm not allowed to move anymore.
This is going to be a delight.
Yeah, we'll go for a walk, Bobby.
Let's talk about immigration. Afghanistan, a giant bomb. Guns.
Or about the stream, so quick walk. I'll go with you.
You stay.
Absolutely nobody to blame but ourselves. And possibly Elmo. I've been stuck
I'm
for nearly a year and a half
I'm gonna
now.
get therapy again, whatever.
I haven't heard you lot one time.
Okay.
I don't know if you can pay weekly. I think I saw something about where you can pay weekly, which is still expensive, but it's
All in a box that looks like I asked my kids to draw me from memory.
free therapy is a fucking joke. Like, unless you're native and you get actual free stuff.
What's wrong? Oh no, I'm sorry, George.
But like, and I can't go back to my.
How hard is it not to snap your fingers? You know what? It turns out
I have a referral somewhere. I thought I put it on the wall or the fridge, but apparently not. But like, there's a referral I can call, but like, honestly, the one that helped me the most was the BetterHelp one. So it's like $65 a week, but well, it was like $240 a month, like that I was paying.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's like literally fucking, I don't know. I guess it's because like the algorithm of it, but it was the only fucking like actual therapy that I got that helped. Ready to go for a walk, Jack?
That's our show. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week.
You're the one who makes those fucking dishes. Wait, what? What? Fuck you! Okay. Let's find a plug for you. Now you know what? You know? You know? Fucking know. I'm glad now we all know. You never know. Okay. Oh my god, so cold. I hate the outdoors. Oh my god, why is it so fucking cold? Oh, alright. Fuck. Fucking Jesus. Fuck. Oh, yeah. Ah, this made me have to pee like a lot. Go. Do you want to pee on the floor? Terrible girl. Okay. Yep. So, there you go. Oh yeah. Omicron.
You know, it's very difficult to talk yourself out of paper bag. This current presidency is not doing so well. They're not passing legislation that is there. And so what is important that they go forward. And so what is necessary is that they give Americans a sense of comfort. And you do that by presenting well. We know the Republican talking points about Biden. Yeah. Now it's like, it's not so great. All these other things that make up really important that you're giving, but it's essentially a concession speech to losing legislation that you presented as if America is still very strong. I would have really much like to see Biden do something that brought some comfort, that there may be some other legislation that he's promised that may get passed. I think that's right. I know a lot of people would appreciate it. We want to hear that we're going to get over office. And yeah, we have to take a hear that we're losing all the time. I wonder if someone thinks that they will promise, no, and deliver. But the White House has already had to circle back. This has been kind of a storm today. The president statement regarding the Russian-Ukraine situation. Right. And as a Republican, is there anything that President Biden could actually said yesterday that you have actually respected and been happy with this time? Well, first let me acknowledge, I think Ladon is on something. And Ladon, having been an elected official in the State House in Georgia, knows the difference between being a politician and being a policymaker. It's hard, actually. We ask these leaders to do something really difficult. And later in the day, or maybe this morning, Joe Biden admitted, I'm no longer a senator, I'm a president. I think that's a big change, right? He hasn't really settled into being an executive like Obama did and like Trump certainly did. On the question you mentioned, I was going to go to it first. The news out of this press conference was that within minutes during the press conference, the State Department of State was trying to put back in the box what Biden said about who's allowed to incursion into Ukraine. We don't mind, but he's not allowed to invade in Kiev. They said, what does that mean? And they had to put it more importantly than the actual substance of leading to, I think, wars. There were 3 or 4 times where the president was trying to make some point and got off on target. Another one in my mind was the Bull Connor. He got mad about the question about Bull Connor, but he reiterated it again. And as I tell people, and I said it with you a couple days ago, Scott, I'm not the one that was friends with Strom Thurmond. It was Joe Biden. Right? I'm not the one who was palling around with Democrat segregationists. It's Joe Biden. Now, he's grown, I suppose, but his press conference had those confusing moments where the administration had to literally put out a statement walking it back. And that's happened to Trump, it happened to Obama. It felt jarring with Biden. I think people wanted something different. That was one of that open change that they were expecting following President Trump. But later on in the day, I think this is actually very, very important for you to realize what happened. It was the defeat of the plans to reform the Senate rules regarding filibuster and pushing the federalize elections. I don't think even Democrats thought this was even going to be possible to pass. So, Don, what was the purpose of Chuck Schumer pushing this legislation if he knew it was going to fail? Another loss in a category?
You know, there's a lot of pressure coming from the Democratic side to do something, right? And if they didn't put forth the legislation in the Senate, even if it failed, they would have a hard time saying, oh, well, the Republicans didn't pass it. So at a very minimum, it is a talking point that it shows that this, again, like many of the votes are along party lines versus the Democrats just didn't do anything. This legislation, particularly for Democrats, is highly important. We saw many state legislatures create some laws that just really harken back to things that don't make sense. And we know that it was based on false claims made by our former president, whose name I don't even like to say. And it's a shame that this did not go through. It should have. The legislation is solid. It just simply puts into law things that were already in law that was removed by the Supreme Court prematurely. So it's unfortunate this did not pass.
Well, there's one thing I do have to ask you, Ed, on this one, because after this move, I get, you can relate to the first 2 years that Trump was in office, he got nothing done, even though he had the majority. And guess what? The Republicans got out. Now we're in a situation Democrats can't get anything done. And there now, I keep wondering, what's the point of having power if you can't get anything done? Because this means for the rest of the year, Ed, Democrats are basically lame ducks until November or until 4 years from now when they get the chance to be back in power because the person doesn't do anything.
Well, they certainly feel like it right now. Let me clarify. When Donald Trump had the majority, they were able to tax cuts. Guys like me wanted them to pass defund Planned Parenthood and conservative agenda.
His campaign promise.
Oh, right, exactly. They went for the stuff that was for the middle. I think Biden's quite a tough box. Schumer brought this up, by the way, because Schumer has to fight off a primary. And he had to have, the Democrat Party doesn't have a problem, but the Republican Party has two from the right and the left. And you've got AOC and others demanding this. But I also think that now they have to try to motivate the base on these issues that, frankly, the base is looking up saying, wait, you won, and we put you in there, and you didn't pass what we asked for.
Probably 3 or 4 hours, depending on if somebody will actually come online and help with this. If you do register with this ID.me company, which is who the IRS is now using to verify who you are, once you've done that, then ideally it's going to be a lot easier to get online.
Oh, good.
Information. It's just a lot of heavy lifting on the front end. But yeah, I mean, the fact that you've got to be live, I feel like you do. I'd rather just kind of check. I'm not hiring have to do my taxes and file it for me. What does that mean for them? Are they going to have access to my information? So from what I read, they will, but initially, in order for the IRS to believe that it's really you,
Mm-hmm.
put your fabulous face in there for them to see it. It's actually you.
Molly, a third-party contractor, assuming good democracy and good information, like my social security number, how much money I make, there's so much information that the IRS.
Herman.
So it makes me go, who is this third-party contractor? Who is behind it? And it's
Why? Spoilers are so many. Song about rainbow. And one
Sure,
song
so there's always getting rich.
or song.
And I'm pretty sure, like you mentioned, the United States will be not me. I mean,
rich for you. I mean, I would like to.
I know, maybe we need to start looking into buying stock for ID&B because apparently once you load up your information, there are concerns about that. Just like you said, like, all right, if I've got to upload everything about myself or anybody can compromise and take advantage of my information, who are these people? Like, so, IRS uses them. You upload your information with them. You're in Flint with the IRS. But if you decide to go back and delete your information with ID.me, well, guess what? You're no longer in the system with the IRS. So they keep it. I guess they're going to say that they're safe. And you don't have to worry about it like they all say it until you're not safe, until some unforeseen breach, some hole in the system they didn't fix, which is what happened with Equifax and the IRS. So, it's as safe as they tell you it is until it isn't. It's like using your bank, using a lot of, like, Amazon, Google, I mean, they certainly get enough of my money, but so many of these outlets, these businesses have, like you said, potential compromising information, and this is just another one. So, is ID.me trustworthy? Well, we certainly hope so. Certainly, the IRS is relying on it. They're already understaffed and underfunded. Let's hope these people are going to do the job
And sadly, by the time we find out they're not, it'll get too late.
Okay. Is he gonna like fucking crisis? Oh, actually, you fucking two-timing fucking asshole piece of shit whore. All you do is make babies. That's all you're good for. Awesome. And you fucking Louie or backstabbing douche. I'll find it. No, no more tunes. No more angry, sad. Oh, we're always angry, sad.
Calgary's real estate market is red hot.
Calling, blah blah blah. Biden's bloggers press conference. Oh my god, you guys are still talking about your shit hockey team. Like, oh my god.
Foreseen is that they were told that this would be 2, maybe a 3 shot, and then
Can I need to open? Mm-hmm. 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 Put on those hands, baby.
So his perspective on everything happening
Good.
here.
Matt Stroller won Microsoft every. Yeah, for sure. Like, fucking Microsoft downhill plummet. Okay. I don't care. I just don't care. Seriously, I don't care. What? Oh my god, is this about that fucking chair shit? I'm cancer rates. Oh fucking. Are you fucking. I'm learning cancer rates for firefighters. Oh, annoying.
I need $191 in now. I will never make money like that again. Along with 4 times
That's fucking pathetic. Yeah. It's the whole barter trading system. You know, ancient fucking methodology we're talking about here, but yeah. It's way more when the government's not taking more than half of your shit. Rats? Yeah, I don't even fucking walk around my neighborhood. You should fucking walk around my neighborhood, you'll see a bunch of rats. It's fucking great. There's people moving some rats, apparently. No pun intended.
I need $191 in.
So excited about it too. Yeah, oh my god. Fuck you. We're contractor fee.
before the government's decision to reopen.
Mm.
Nobody asked me. It was any unanimous. Never mind.
Mhm. Tomorrow. That's funny. Okay, two. You tell me this is fucking awful. Oh my god.
Abraham Lincoln must be
Oh
turning
my
in his
god,
grave
yeah, it's a thing.
to hear the senators from the Grand Old Party, the party of abolition and emancipation and reconstruction, echoing the states' rights rhetoric of Dixiecrat segregationists to oppose federal voting rights legislation, to oppose even the reauthorization of the Voting Rights Act. The Voting Rights Act.
Okay. Where? Fuck.
There were also new developments tonight in the 5G rollout here in the U.S. amid that concern that a new cell phone signal could interfere with airplanes. Tonight at some airports, the FAA now issuing new approvals for planes to land in low visibility conditions using the current technology on those planes. ABC's Gio Benitez again tonight covering aviation.
Tonight, new progress in the standoff over more powerful 5G signals near airports that airline and air cargo CEOs have warned could lead to catastrophic travel and shipping disruptions. The FAA now clearing nearly 80% of all commercial jets to land in low visibility.
I'm sorry, spiders, but too much now. Oh no, the people upstairs wake up. Oh wait. Oh, sorry, roof. Shut up. I guess because my family are smokers, that's why I didn't think people dusted. I don't know.
You've seen me talk about it before with my former colleague Rick Sanchez, who's loving retirement, by the way. The mysterious Havana syndrome. Now, U.S. intelligence first told us this mysterious illness of headaches and nausea was allegedly created by some nefarious world power to attack American diplomats and intelligence agents around the world. Hundreds of cases have been reported, with the latest cases reported late last year with diplomats coming back from Geneva and Paris experiencing these symptoms. But it's called Havana syndrome because the very first cases of American diplomats coming home with this mysterious illness, it was after they visited Havana, Cuba. Hence the theory that this illness must have been created by the Cubans or the Russians, of course. Well, last October, Congress even passed legislation to support Havana syndrome victims. And it was later signed by President Joe Biden. We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars for these people. Well, we are finding out that those assumptions by the CIA weren't 100% true. The CIA is now saying that the syndrome is not the result of a malicious campaign by a hostile power, because after careful review, the CIA has dozens of cases in which they cannot rule out foreign involvement. So to discuss what this syndrome really is, we are joined by CIA whistleblower John. I gotta say it again. You're a CIA whistleblower. Let's just go for the first question. Let's just go for the jugular. Do you think Havana syndrome is actually real?
Oh, I think it's real.
Really?
I think it's real because there are people who are coming home with traumatic brain injuries. I don't think that it's an the first cases were documented in Havana. The preliminary investigation by the CIA indicated that it was caused by crickets. You know how crickets rub their legs together to attract a mate? And that shrill, sharp sound from the crickets may have been causing this cranial discomfort. I talked to an epidemiologist today on my show on Sputnik Radio, and he said that literally every single one of these symptoms that you've got on the screen right now can be attributed to exposure to black mold. So it may be something as simple as an exposure to black mold. One of the things that I think bears investigating, though, is the idea that it may be an electromagnetic reaction, or reaction to an electromagnetic field. We know, for example, and we've known for many, many years, that some people are just extra sensitive to things like cell phone signals or radio waves. We've got 5G that's being rolled out now. Is it just that some people are especially susceptible to damage from it? We don't know. But, I think it was pretty clear that this wasn't from the Russians, the Chinese, the Iranians, the Cubans, the space aliens. It's I think something that's far easier to explain as a cause.
Now, John, this is our first time meeting each other, but I've covered this Savannah syndrome for more than a year now. I covered the crickets. I just can't shake this one question, though, that I have. Why is it that American soldiers who were exposed to chemicals, burn pits, they have to fight for health care? You even had Jon Stewart on Capitol Hill today, meeting with the Armed Services Committee, trying to get health care for these soldiers. Jon Stewart saying, it's actually a great quote, the burden is always put on the veteran, never the military, because they, quote, knew what they were getting into. Well, to that I say, how is CIA any different? I'm sure you knew what you were getting into, but these CIA agents, they need to be rescued with their health care, not the thousands of veterans. Very quick to pass this health care for them. And it's no offense to you that wasn't the CIA, but what about these veterans? I'm sure they're exposed to a lot worse.
You are absolutely You're absolutely right. My best friend from high school, we were in each other's weddings, we vacationed together. My best friend, Dave McCracken, Colonel David McCracken. We used to jokingly call him the garbage king of Iraq because he was an environmental engineer and he was in charge of.
Please shut this shit up. I can't. Corporate demonstrating Republicans think.
Corporate Democratic.
Just the fact that the pandemic has spanned so much longer than I think a lot of us have anticipated is really weighing on a lot of people.
It's been a long 2 years of collective bleh with rising mental health concerns. And while there also has been more awareness, so we're talking about it more, how have the supports been adapted?
There's definitely been an increase in need in mental health services, and that can be seen in the wait lists for practitioners. There's a shortage of therapists.
Simone Saunders is a therapist at Dive Through. It's an app that's main goal is making mental health and learning tools more accessible, especially to a younger generation.
Maybe a little depressed, honestly.
And for founder Sophie Gray,
Maybe a little
that
depressed.
increase in awareness has helped apps like hers grow.
3 years ago, I had to spend a lot of time convincing investors that this was a space that needed attention and needed dollars. These days, that's not the case at all, and people are getting more curious.
From a fitness influencer wanting to add that same awareness we have for physical health to mental health, reminding it's also about taking steps when you're doing well.
We should have learned these things in school, but we didn't. So learning about, what is a panic attack? What's happening in your body? Why is your heart rate going up? Why are you getting cold but you're super hot at the same time?
Not as a replacement to therapy, but recognizing gaps in the system. It's an add-on or something we're waiting for an appointment.
And we're never going to answer everyone's mental health questions in a 2-minute news report, but what would you tell people who are going through a hard time right now?
I definitely would tell people that you're not alone. I think that it's fair to say that
everyone has experienced mental health challenges in the last couple of years as a result of everything that's going on in the world to one degree or another.
A lot of the time therapy as a whole just isn't acceptable from a price point perspective or again the availability. So sometimes we do see that, the drive-through tool can be the only tool that's being used, but that's, more of a government problem and, let's make therapy a part of our universal health care.
And Canada's Chief Medical Officer, Teresa Tam, tweeting out a reminder for self-care during these difficult health measures. And if you are in an immediate mental health...
Definitely don't fucking go to fucking another. You're never gonna. Opioid crisis.
Hello, guys and gals. Me, Mudahar, and boy, oh boy, do I.
Okay. Wow.
Or with OCD, it says, oh, I have to make this thought about washing my hands go away. It traps us in a cycle of fighting our thoughts or just believing them without even noticing it, right? With cognitive diffusion, we create space between ourselves and our thoughts and feelings so that they can have less of a hold over us. So you can say, I can feel anxious and go to that party. I can have the thought that I need to wash my hands 20 times, but I don't have to buy that thought. Now, let's just take a minute and contrast this with CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, right? So in section 18 and 19, we talked about challenging distorted thinking. This is a CBT skill. So you might take the thought like, oh, I'm a complete loser, and then you would challenge that thought. You would say, oh, that's black and white thinking. Let's look for exceptions. What would a kind friend say about that? CBT gives you the skill of challenging your thoughts, which is a helpful skill for some people or in some situations. Now, for other people, that leads them to constantly struggling against their thoughts. So with acceptance and commitment therapy, we add the skill of diffusion. It's the ability to separate yourself from your thoughts and to choose your actions. So you'd look at a thought like, I'm a complete loser. And you'd say, thanks, mind. And you say, and then you'd ask, is this thought helpful for me? Thank you, mind, for giving me this thought that I'm a complete loser. But this is just a thought. Is this thought helpful to me? And if it's not helpful, if it doesn't help you live your values, then you just let that thought be there. You let that thought pass along, do whatever thoughts do, and you just look around for another thought that's more helpful to you. Now, it's not that cognitive diffusion is better and challenging cognitive distortions is worse. It's just that these are different skills, different tools. When you add skills to your emotional tool belt, you have more flexibility to find the one that works for you. So, in summary, don't get obsessed with fighting your thoughts, with trying to make them go away, or just worrying about them or reacting to them. You don't have to believe everything you think. With cognitive diffusion, we create a little space between ourselves and our thoughts. We notice them, we say, I'm having the thought that, like I'm awkward or I'm a loser. Instead of saying, I'm a loser, say, I'm having the thought that I'm a loser. Then we can ask ourselves, is this thought helpful? Does it help me live the life I value? So does that thought help me? Oh, I'm such a loser. It doesn't really help me take any action. Okay, I'm just going to notice that thought. I'm going to choose one thing I can do to, make my life better or whatever that is. So that frees us to choose what's most important and to allow other thoughts to pass through so that we can focus on living the life we want. The acceptance and commitment therapy gurus have made some great videos and recordings to help people understand and practice this. So check out a few of them. The links are below. Thank you for watching and take care. This video is one skill from my 30 skill course, How to Process Your Emotions, where I teach 30 of the most essential skills for resolving depression, anxiety, and improving mental health. Emotion processing is an essential skill for working through intense emotions, but most people have never been taught how to do it. I'm putting every single main video lesson on YouTube for the world to access for free. You watching these videos, sharing them, contributing to my Patreon, and my sponsors will make this possible. If you'd like to access the entire course in one place, ad-free, with its workbook, exercises, downloads, extra videos, live Q&As, additional short readings, and links to extended resources, the link to buy the course is in the description below.
I can't let diabetes get in my way. I've got way too much stuff to do. So here's what I do. I wear this Dexcom G6. It continuously sends my glucose numbers to my phone. And this arrow shows me where I'm headed and how fast. Make me much easier to keep my glucose in range. And the more time I spend in range, the better I feel. The more I can cross off my list. Check out Dexcom.com/inrange.
Ça, c'est Max. Max, c'est ta consommation d'énergie. C'est un gars bien cool qui fait de son mieux. Mais toi, tu peux l'aider à faire son max. Puis moi, je vais t'aider à aider Max en te donnant des petits conseils super faciles pour économiser. 1. Max, il a peur des fantômes, des charges fantômes. C'est quand tes appareils sont éteints, mais qu'ils utilisent quand même de l'énergie. Savais-tu que ces charges représentent jusqu'à 10% de ta consommation annuelle d'électricité? Quand on y pense, c'est vrai que c'est effrayant. 2. Avec une multiprise, tu peux mettre tous ces appareils hors tension d'un seul coup. Adieu les charges fantômes, et plus besoin de tirer sur chaque plug. Non, Max, pas celle-là. 3. Toujours en train de chercher un adaptateur? Peu importe ton besoin, il y a une multiprise pour ce que tu veux brancher. Place-les sur un Sunday.
Shut the fuck up. Oh, God.
In this video, I'm going to teach you a technique that therapists use in almost every session, but you probably didn't know about. And when you learn how to do it yourself, you can change how you think and feel. But to begin with, I'm going to do something kind of weird. So just give me 30 seconds. And in case you didn't know, I use a lot of acceptance and commitment therapy. And one of the things that comes with acceptance and commitment therapy is doing experiential therapy, meaning therapy through experiences. So we don't just talk about, we don't just, think about our problems, but we try to create experiences that lead to a change in our perspective. So that's what we're going to do right now. Okay? So 30 seconds. I just need you to answer this question. How is the desk the mother of the chair? Go ahead and pause this video for 30 seconds and write down your answer in the comment section. I'm really...
Deep breathing.
In this video,
It's fucked up.
That perspective is
Okay.
Now, regarding
For 4 years,
Sky.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tracy Marks, and I make mental health education videos. Today's video is based on a viewer question from SS Rose. Can you do a video on ruminants? Not sure I spelled that correctly. I've had times where my brain isn't shutting off, even in sleep. I can still hear my thoughts. Can you go into more detail about this? Thanks for the question, SS. The term ruminate means to run a thought over and over in your mind. This is the figurative definition. The literal definition refers to cows regurgitating their food to chew it over and over. Rumination is not
The federal government will turn over thousands of records to the National Center for Truth and Reconciliation. These are residential school records, and today's announcement comes after a year of discoveries at four.
On January 5th, our government put in place additional public health measures.
Oh my god, you guys are useless.
We do not support the Prime Minister's vaccine vendetta on our truckers. This policy is going to drive truckers out of the country or out of business, and it is going to drive costs up for Canadian consumers. If you walk into a grocery store and you see products on the shelves, thank a trucker. If you walk into a grocery store and you see empty shelves, thank Justin Trudeau. His policy of vaccine vendetta is going to drive up the cost for our people, drive people out of work, and leave us with empty shelves. We think the best way to get people vaccinated is through persuasion, not intimidation. We don't believe in robbing people's freedoms. We believe in convincing them through data, science, and logic. And we think that the Prime Minister's attempt to attack people who have different points of view on this is only dividing the country and threatening public health.
Is it? They're gonna go play with the puppies.
I want to get as close to the floor as possible.
Oh yeah.
The city of Liverpool, like the
I noticed something recently on our own YouTube videos, some of the Bad Faith videos, which is that, it puts the top performing videos in a column on the YouTube page. A disproportionate number of those 10 videos or so that are displayed make reference to the Squad or AOC. Now, we don't talk about the Squad and AOC so often, so that if I see those names overrepresented among those videos, too, that's crazy. That means like out of 20 videos in the last year that might reference them, like half of them have made the top roster.
Oh, man. You fucking idiot.
What's up, suckers? I've been gone for a little bit, but also YouTube has been unsubscribing you guys like crazy. So just make sure you subscribe, hit the bell and all that so you can see my videos. I'm back. Now, before I start this video, I just want to say, there's a lot of these young kids wearing Carhartt shit and not doing any Carhartt shit. Shit's not a fashion statement. It's your assholes. Now, we're going to get into the video. This is a good one. You're going to want to watch this. Okay, so I keep hearing this thing said by mostly racist people saying white people don't have any culture. Have you ever heard of Europe?
Okay. Well, I will be my own bartender. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No thanks.
The brand new mayor in Calgary, Jyoti Gondek, is off to a very secretive start. She handed Rebel News a huge bill instead of documents when we filed for access to information on her recent climate emergency declaration. But don't worry, we're going to get those documents, but we are going to need some of your help to do it. Calgary's got a brand new mayor, and she might be worse than the last one, if that's even possible. Her name is Jyoti Gondek, and she is a far left-wing progressive in a very conservative city. And so far, I know.
What the fuck is your problem? Fuck you, dude. I don't know why it's from fucking Australia, but still. Millennials expect a lifetime. Yes.
Oh. So you know the American dream? You know, the family, the kids, the dog, the white picket fence in your yard. Well, it
Having
turns
any
out
kind of
that
dream
that
other
dream
than
is
fucking
becoming more
being
of a
fucking a
fantasy for
Chinese
many
fucking
adults coming into the game
immigrant.
like myself. Well, the reason why, perhaps
Then
because
you
home
fucking kill
prices in
yourself.
2021 rose by a massive 16.9%,
Why?
the highest jump ever on record. Back in August, you had Fox News who reported that rent payments are starting to surpass mortgage prices in some of the country's largest cities, including here in Washington, D.C. Business Insider claims that due to student loans and the rising housing prices, some millennials plan to rent forever. So with all this happening, could the American dream be a figment of our imagination? Well, joining us now to drill down on it, we are joined by host of Watching the Hawks, Tyrell Ventura. Tyrell, I remember you came up immediately in our editorial meeting because we talked to you for an hour about this in the newsroom. And one of the biggest things that I remember us talking about that you mentioned, many younger people were moving to the inner parts of the country. I just see the other day a commercial from a development company saying, buy land, buy a home, rent it out for 4 times the amount. Basically saying, hey, come with us and, screw over a bunch of people. What say you?
What say you?
Well, it's interesting, as the late great George Carlin said, in order to believe, the great thing about the American dream is that you have to be asleep to believe it. When you look at home prices and what's happening across the country today, what you're seeing is, and the reason that the prices are skyrocketing is multiple factors. One is the major issue is the fact that you've got very low interest rates that always makes people want to gobble up homes and make big purchases when the interest rates are down. Two, we have a problem in this country is that we don't have enough homes. We're in a homes deficit right now. There is not that many being built. So you're talking about a very small piece of the pie that everyone's trying to get. That's always going to drive up home prices. And three, you have large, massive Wall Street, big investment equity firms buying up low-cost housing across the country, especially on the coast and in the major cities. And when I talk low-cost housing, I'm talking houses, $200,000 or $150,000, those starter homes, those homes for people with low income that want a home, that want to be able to build personal wealth. And how do you do that? By getting a home, even on a mortgage, so that way you have a piece of land, a piece of property that then you can you can call your own, and then that you can then make deals off of, because that will always have wealth. Well, you don't see that today. And like as you pointed out in the intro coming into this too, when you're talking about millennials being saddled with college debt, credit card debt, all of the debt that we acquire just to survive because our wages are generally so low. The idea of owning a home is like, flying to Mars at this point. You ain't gonna get there unless you're Jeff Bezos.
Exactly, but when you think about with Europe, even Europe, they rent out their burial plot. Like after 100 years, it's like, okay, make way for the next one. Many saying, hey, Americans, you just gotta realize you're gonna be renters now. But, what does that do to a society? You remember our parents, they bought our houses. What do you think's gonna happen with our generation?
Well, it's tough because, look, as you pointed out, rent's also skyrocketing too. One of the things that's driving that exodus to the interior and kind of the new American heartland is the fact that it's too expensive to live in the cities because rents is so high. And when you're talking about a group of people that are a generation that's forced to be renters or even live at home, that creates a very fluid situation because you can't own anything. You can't call anything yours. You're always going to be the victim to the landlord. And as we know in this country, most of the time when it comes to who's going to win in that fight, the renter or the landlord's always going to win because they have more power and more money and more lawyers behind them to twist the law and to be able to toss somebody out. And that's a scary thought moving forward now. It can be done. We can survive. You're seeing people kind of choose to live with their families longer. You're seeing families stay together, which we've seen in other countries around the world, like Japan. There's a big focus on, you have multiple generations living in one apartment, in multiple apartments in the same building.
We got to leave it there, Ty, because we're out of time. But Tyrell, thank you so much.
It's like a cultural thing, and this is like a poverty thing. Should come from pool. Just like cooperate. Oh.
Before government.
An ethical mess caused by. Sure.
Adapt in Cryptoland, available now on CBC Listen or you get your podcasts.
Don't give me talk so
You heard about virtual healthcare? You can access healthcare services without in-person appointments. Meet with a specialist over video call or keep in touch with a doctor using a tablet. Learn more at infoway.ca/digital health learning.
She's like,
Hi everyone, it's Dr. Romney. Welcome back to this YouTube channel that takes on narcissism, narcissistic abuse, and all kinds of issues relevant to toxic people and toxic relationships and how to manage this if these folks are in your
fucking dick.
Today we're going to be taking on an interesting issue that was brought up from something I read actually in the news. So we'll get to that in a minute. But it's a very interesting conjecture, and I'm hoping you enjoyed it on this channel. It sort of really leads you to think about things. It certainly made me think a lot and kind of actually made me quite angry. So I'll get to my anger in a minute. Please subscribe if you're new to this channel. Please hit the notifications, turn those on so you can get notified every time we put out new videos. And as always, a reminder, healing program starting real soon. The link for that is in the video notes, so you can spend this year not just ruminating about what narcissism is, but also how to bring yourself back from the edge. Well, I'm going to be talking today about what happens when people try to talk about narcissistic relationships from the standpoint of ethics, and very specifically how sometimes these ethical takes can result in enabling. So I was reading the news this morning, and there is an ethics column in a major national newspaper that I think comes out about every week or so. I have to tell you, I agree with this so-called ethicist that writes this column probably less than half the time. But today's letter that somebody wrote in to get advice from this ethics person was a doozy. And I thought it really hits home an issue that so many people with narcissistic relationships in a broader way have to grapple with these days. This column involves, so basically it's people write in the questions and the ethics person answers them. So the letter that came into this ethics column was from a man who is clearly describing a narcissistic sibling. He described his brother as a bully, who had financially taken advantage of him, was verbally abusive. Everything he described was classical narcissistic abusive stuff. Interestingly, this narcissistic sibling needs a kidney. And the letter writer was grappling, does he give a kidney to his cruel narcissistic sibling, as he is more likely to be a compatible match than anyone, right? We have 50% genetic overlap with our biological sibling. So there's a decent chance he will have compatible kidney. So let me ask you this. What about you? Would you give a kidney to a narcissistically abusive person in your life if you were a match? Would you give it to a narcissistic sibling? I'm really curious to have you drop that in the comments.
I was bad.
Because I want to tell you, if a narcissist in my life needs a kidney, you want to know what the answer is? No. But the ethics expert, while trying to be philosopher-y and ethic-y, was trying to give multiple perspectives. But I found the answer to actually be quite manipulative, shaming, and quite guilty in his answer. The answer actually really angered me. Because the fact is, even if this man gave his brother a kidney, I don't think that the brother's going to be grateful or even change, certainly not change. Maybe there'd be a brief love bombing moment.
In today's video, we're going to go back to a conversation about variable versus.
Welcome back. We were anticipating those numbers yesterday, 8:30, and they rolled out, and they're kind of what we thought. Let's bring in Mike Apple. He's going to break down everything. StatsCan. Mike, okay. I'm just going to let you take it away. Hello. How are you?
Well, let's start with the price for gas, actually.
Oh, yes. Let's do it. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, because
We talked about this in commercial break, that you were switching order of what you're talking about, and then I went whoop and went backwards. Yes, price for gas.
It's early. It's okay. No, look, the price for gas is either going to hit a record high or at least test the previous high. I've actually lost track, Melanie. I have to admit, I was checking the chart. This morning, going.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just goes.
Welcome back. We were anticipating those numbers yesterday, 8:30, and they rolled out, and they're kind of what we thought. Let's bring in Mike Apple. He's going to break down everything. StatsCan. Mike, okay. I'm just going to let you take it away. Hello. How are you?
Well, let's start with the price for gas, actually.
Oh, yes. Let's do it. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, because
We talked about this in commercial break, that you were switching order of what you're talking about, and then I went whoop and went backwards. Yes, price for gas.
It's early. It's okay. No, look, the price for gas is either going to hit a record high or at least test the previous high. I've actually lost track, Melanie. I have to admit, I was checking the chart this morning, going, was it $1.48? Is that the record now for the GTA that we're expecting to hit at midnight tonight, according to the early bird forecast from Enpro? And I believe it is. Now, again, I'll do some deep-seated investigation today about that. But look, gas is expensive, and the price for oil is at its highest level since 2014, at $87 a barrel U.S. And a lot of the talk right now, Mel, is that oil's going to hit $100 per barrel in this uptrend. Whether that happens in the next few weeks or months, that remains to be seen. But yeah, expensive to fill up the gas tank. And I seem to recall. Wasn't the Premier talking about cutting gas taxes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Election campaign coming up
very soon.
Of course, he said that they're going to do that years ago already, the first go round. So
yeah, I know there's a lot on the plate, but yes, it was promised. It was promised.
Yes. Or was that contingent on the Trudeau government also cutting gas taxes? I can't forget.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Okay, now let's go backwards a little bit. Cost of living, well, this all ties together anyway. We know it's expensive, and it's going to continue to trend that way.
In fact, the price for gas was the biggest contributor to the upward pressure for the cost of living in 2021, which reached 4.8%. Gas prices jumped 33% year over year. Food prices up 5%. Really, just 5%. Shelter costs, home ownership, a 9% increase. You just go across the board, Mel, and the cost of living is up. In the United States, it's 7%. Think about that for a second. It's not just a Canada thing, but what to do about it? Okay. Well, central banks are going to start raising interest rates, because if you raise borrowing costs, well, then consumers, they're going to have to look and say, I don't have as much money to spend. So you do dampen the amount of demand for goods. The problem, though, is that in the short term, you've got supply chain issues. You've got shortages at grocery stores now because of the trucking industries, whether it's the vaccine mandate or just drivers calling in sick or what have you. And that's the near-term effect on prices. You've got the price for gas. The talk yesterday, too, that the federal government doesn't need to spend so much money in the upcoming budget. They've already hit their fiscal guardrails, according to the parliamentary budget officer, so they don't have to put even more money into the economy if they choose not to. We will see in the spring budget whether or not the Trudeau government reverses or pulls back a little bit. Doubtful, but what have you. So there are levers that can be adjusted here by government, but unfortunately, longer term, it's going to take some time. Look, let's face it, your paycheck tomorrow, hate to tell you, it's going to see more deductions for Canada Pension Plan and UI because that went up as well. So our paychecks are getting smaller. That's, again, saving longer term. I get that. But the government didn't necessarily put that on hold for a little while, too. So there were maneuvers available here at various levels to keep or cool the cost of living, because it's just getting more expensive, and wage pressures are going to build with this as well.
Mike, I'm going to leave you with this, and it's not good news either. You kind of took a page out of the Alexander, the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Days. But I love that book, yes. But you are going with the stock markets in a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad year.
So far. I mean, we're only a couple of weeks in. Has it been the longest year ever already?
Yes.
the kind of unfortunate joke that's kind of going around right now. But, look, the NASDAQ is down. The tech stocks, which were all the rage last year, hitting records. They're down as collectively 9.4% already this year, almost a 10% drop. And again, this is the stock market adjusting to the expectations that interest rates are going up. It's that simple. And a lot of the companies that were, it's to some extent shades of not as bad, but almost back to the dot-com era where you got a lot of companies that didn't make any money, and now they're actually seeing a reset, and that's what we're going to be dealing with in the near term. To start the year, how's that for a trifecta of...
Thanks, Mike. Thanks.
I know, right?
I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful, glorious day. All right?
You too.
Okay, take care of yourself, Mike.
When dehydration is a risk, choose Pedialyte for fast, effective rehydration.
Ontario's top doctor is taking issue with Niagara Region's decision to introduce stronger COVID-19 measures in schools around dismissing classes, masks, and air filtration. It's a departure from the stance the province has taken through much of the pandemic. In a letter, Dr. Kieran Moore calls out Niagara's medical officer of health, Dr. Mustafa Hirji, for not consulting with the province and other local health leaders before making his plans. Moore wrote that dismissing cohorts with positive cases could have negative impacts on the well-being of children and their families.
What I'm trying to have across Ontario is a consistent and persistent
That's fast.
So that parents, school boards, families can expect
My bad.
a level of
This is only one.
Oh my God.
Welcome back. We were anticipating those numbers yesterday, 8:30, and they rolled out, and they're kind of what we thought. Let's bring in Mike Apple. He's going to break down everything. Stats can. Mike, okay. I'm just going to let you take it away. Hello. How are you?
Let's start with price for gas, actually.
Oh, yes. Let's do it. Okay.
Sorry, because
we talked about this in commercial break, and you were switching order of what you're talking about, and then I went whoop and went backwards. Yes, price for gas.
It's okay. No, look, the price for gas is either going to hit a record high or at least test the previous high. I've actually lost track, Melanie. I have to admit, I was checking the chart this morning, going,
Get it.
$1.48. Is that the record now for the GTA that we're expecting to hit at midnight tonight, according to the early bird forecast from Enpro? And I believe it is. Now, again, I'll do some deep-seated investigation today about that. But look, gas is expensive. And the price for oil was at its highest level since 2014 at $87 a barrel US. And a lot of talk right now is that oil is going to hit $100 per barrel in this uptrend. Whether that happens in the next few weeks or months, that remains to be seen. But, expensive to fill up the gas tank. And I seem to recall, wasn't the Premier talking about cutting gas taxes?
Yeah.
Election campaign coming up.
Very soon.
First said that they're going to do that years ago already for the first go round. So
yeah, I know there's a lot on the plate, but yes, it was promised.
Yes, or was that contingent on the Trudeau government also cutting gas taxes? I can't again.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, now let's go backwards a little bit. Cost of living. Well, this all ties together anyway. We know it's expensive, and it's going to continue to trend that way.
In fact, the price for gas was the biggest contributor to the upward pressure for the cost of living in 2021, which reached 4.8%. Gas prices jumped 33% year over year. Food prices up 5%. Really, just 5%. Shelter costs, home ownership, a 9% increase. You just go across the board, Melon.
On this Thursday night, in his own words, a Global News exclusive interview with the doctor blamed for a COVID outbreak in New Brunswick.
The last 2 years, it was the most difficult to heal in my life.
Complications at Canadian
Bow down to you,
hospitals.
sir. Someone takes the responsibility. Goddamn.
The problems piling up for exhausted healthcare workers.
Oh, that was deep.
I mean, questions of whether.
Hello and welcome to Teachings and Education.
Hello.
I am your narrator, Frank Avello. Here we are going to take a look at Jean Piaget's theory of cognitive development. We will explore a number of...
No, the name's kind of not really what we're going for. Oh my god.
I love making
tongue twist. Oh god, no, please. Oh my god.
Premier
back, blah, blah, blah. Useless. I don't understand.
Baby.
Great assault.
family.
Mm-hmm.
This is something we've never seen before.
Calgary's real estate market is red hot with low inventory and new buyers from all over the country, making it harder for
We are urging people not to wait for the third dose if they don't have to, because COVID won't be waiting.
And so the message from officials has shifted.
We're gonna talk over like it's a little fucking little sober.
Premier
Please. Woo!
This morning, the cabinet concluded.
It was impossible. Yeah, let's just correct everything is on top of these. Oh my god, I cannot believe the news after talking about fucking record.
Bernie Maroney has a history of depression in his family. Yoga.
Oh my fucking god, please, for the love of Christ.
You don't want to see that place open again. They've just had so much disregard for safety.
Josh Bastien used to work at Eastway alongside his dad, Rick, one of the 6 employees.
You guys done fucked up again. Fucking pulling Brittany. Insurrection investigations. Okie doke. Interesting thoughts. Yes. Oh my god.
The lives of notorious sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and his partner Ghislaine Maxwell have been the source of much speculation. Now, never before seen evidence released during her trial has shed new light on their private lifestyle.
Well, I can tell you who Ghislaine Maxwell is. She's a convicted child sex trafficker who's about to sing like a canary. Welcome into TYT's Overruled. I'm legal analyst Adrienne Lawrence. Ghislaine Maxwell declared that she'll no longer be fighting to keep secret the names of 8 John Does who ran with her. Jeffrey Epstein. Before her conviction last month, Maxwell had been going the distance to ensure that those 8 names were not disclosed during the discovery process of the defamation case against her. But now that she's been convicted, Maxwell's attorneys wrote this to the court on January 12th. After careful review of the detailed objections submitted by non-party Does 17, 53, 54, 55, 73, 93, 81, 51, counsel for Ghislaine Maxwell writes to inform the court that she does not wish to further address those objections. Each of the listed Does has counsel who have ably asserted their own respective privacy rights. Ms. Maxwell therefore leaves it to this court to conduct the appropriate review. Translation: 8 powerful men stood idly by while Ghislaine Maxwell got convicted, and now she's not here to fight to protect their reputations. Jeffrey Epstein's right-hand woman made the announcement in connection with the defamation lawsuit filed in 2015 by one of her alleged victims, Virginia Roberts Giuffre. Sidebar. Yes, this is the same Virginia Roberts Giuffre who is suing Prince Andrew. That's the same prince who just relinquished his royal titles last week and reportedly sold off property to fight against her sexual assault lawsuit. Back to Ghislaine. What does it mean now that Ghislaine Maxwell will no longer fight to keep the names of those 8 John Doe secret? Well, it means that the federal judge, Loretta Prescott of the Southern District of New York, gets to decide whether to release the names. And the court has already rejected arguments for anonymity in the past in this case, and at least 2 of the John Does are no longer objecting to their names being released, believe it or not. But of course, as Maxwell mentioned in her letter, those 8 men have attorneys, and at least 6 of them, well, they will probably fight to the death to keep their names under wraps. So don't expect there to be a big reveal anytime soon. But what we can expect, however, is litigation to be locked up behind closed doors and billionaires to be waiting with bated breath on whether they're going to be exposed for spending time with a convicted child sex trafficker and perhaps engaging in similar behavior themselves. So how do you think this is going to shake out? Will we get the names? You let me know in the comments below. Hit the like, the follow button, and thanks for watching.
Can I help you? Oh.
Chez Stelco, on aime ça, le gâteau. Peut-être même un peu trop. Joins-toi à l'équipe. Jeffrey Epstein can never face justice for his horrific abuse of young girls through the early 2000s. But Prince Andrew, the 3rd child of the Queen, could help authorities avenge the victims of Epstein by giving US prosecutors who continue to investigate the convicted pedophile's sex trafficking ring a detailed recount of his encounters with the disgraced financier to track down his co-conspirators and bring them to justice. His inaction, when he could easily help authorities,
is baffling, but he may have one good reason to keep his lips shut. He's accused of being one of Epstein's shady customers. For such a wretched story, linking everyone from President Donald Trump to the Clintons to Prince Andrew, the death of Epstein was not going to put the 66-year-old story to rest. In this special report, Sky News explores Prince Andrew's relationship with Epstein and combs through the public stalemate between the Duke of York and the US Department of Justice, which could expose a dark network that brushed shoulders with politicians, celebrities, and business tycoons. Prince Andrew is trying desperately to thwart an eruption over his ties to Jeffrey Epstein that threatens to transcend the Duke of York and erode trust in the whole British family. Virginia Giuffre, who used to be called Virginia Roberts, said she was...
She's gonna come over here and kick my ass. I'm terrified. Please be nice to her.
The lives of notorious sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and his...
Thanks so much. I just wanted to zoom out for a second. As we're all talking about, different funding and different bureaucracy.
Don't eat salt. Don't eat salt. Don't you Oh. You okay? It's much of neither shit. Or you won't. Great. I know he heard that. I'm very upset that he heard that. Now he's gonna be all paranoid that fucking we're besties. Please. Oh, you're fucked. I hate you. You're too irrelevant. I'm a lot of things.
What is the medicine wheel and why is it so important to the Indigenous culture? Watch this video to find out the foundations to the medicine wheel teachings. I'm Mallory Graham, Anishinaabe Cloud from TravelTradeCode.com. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for more videos every week on Indigenous culture, smudging, and native teachings. If you're looking for a simple explanation for what the medicine wheel is and why it's so important, then we're here to share the basic teachings to the medicine wheel. Make sure to watch it to the end as we have a special bonus for you. Now, there are 3 important points you need to know about the medicine wheel teachings. The first important point about the medicine wheel is what exactly is a medicine wheel. The medicine wheel is a circular symbol broken into 4 areas or quadrants. These 4 areas have 4 different colors assigned to them, which are most often yellow, red, black, and white. It is also very important to note that different nations have different medicine wheel teachings according to their stories, values, and beliefs. So there is not only one perfect medicine wheel. The 4 areas of the medicine wheel have attributes assigned to them: the 4 directions, the 4 states of being, the 4 sacred medicines, the 4 seasons, the 4 elements, the 4 stages of life. Some nations use the 4 colors in different locations on the medicine wheel and use the 4 areas on the medicine wheel to represent the 4 colors of people on Mother Earth. Each of the 4 directions or areas have teachings.
Keep going, you'll kill.
Attributes have their own teachings as well, which we will get to more in the next 2 important points about the medicine wheel. The second point for understanding the medicine wheel teachings is why this
this circle is so important. The circle represents the circle of life, the circle of self-awareness, and the circle of knowledge. For the circle of life, Indigenous people of North America look to this circle as a reminder that everything flows in a circle. We believe that life continues on and on. Our spirits live forever on earth and then into the spirit world, similar to the circular nature of the seasons and the life cycles. The circle also represents our own awareness of ourselves and our states, mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional. And in order to be happy, we need all four of those states to be balanced. We can be aware of our own balance and help steer ourselves toward a more balanced life, therefore a more happy life. We need to be aware of each set of attributes and what they teach us. For example, in order to exist on Earth, all four elements are needed. And not only are they needed, they also need to be in balance. The circle of knowledge is one of my favorite parts, as it represents the personal power that we each possess to learn about the different attributes and have control over our states of being to maintain our happiness. And this circle of knowledge means that we use it as a tool and as a system for passing on knowledge. Have you seen the medicine wheel before? If so, where? Please share with us in the comments below. Now, the third point for understanding the medicine wheel teachings is that all aspects of life are interconnected. All creation on Mother Earth was put here for a purpose, and we are all deeply connected. The spirit world is connected to life on Earth, the water is connected to the land, and the sky is connected to the ground. Our connection to the land and to our Mother Earth can directly affect our spiritual well-being, which will then affect our physical health, our emotional health, and our mental health as well. All attributes of the medicine wheel are connected, and we as people are all equal. So all nations of the earth are equally connected to the Creator. If you like these medicine wheel teachings, then download our free medicine wheel poster at the link in the description below. Now you know the foundations to the medicine wheel teachings and why it's so important to the Indigenous worldview. If you like this video, please let us know by hitting the like button and tell us what you liked about it in the comments. Be sure to subscribe and share it with your friends. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.
Hi, Moms! We have the most fun when kids feel their best. Oh, I hope the fun never ends too, Patches.
With up to 8 hours of fever relief, Children's Advil helps keep the fun going.
Rock will fall onto the tarp. Everything will fall onto the tarp right around the tree. But I don't try to kill the tree. I try to save the tree. Take only enough that I need, and then I'll move on to a different tree. When I bring the kidney medicine home, I dry it on the floor on clean tarps. I usually dry it for about 5 days. Once I take the dry medicine home, I grind it. I usually use a cheese grater. I use a little bit of elbow grease, I grind it, and then I put it in clean jars. And for a single person, for a single dose of this medicine, I use a 1/4 teaspoon of dry kidney medicine per 1 cup of boiling hot water. And if I'm gonna make a pot of it, maybe store some for later, I use about 5 teaspoons of kidney medicine per cup of boiling hot water. Once the kidney medicine is done boiling, I like to let it steep for a while, and then I let it cool, and then I strain it. I usually use a clean cloth, and I strain it into a bigger jar, like a bigger jar, so I can keep it for future use. After I've done taking my cup for the day. And when you're really sick, you can take 2 cups a day. You can drink 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening, and then put it away for future use. That's the proper way that I've been taught to use kidney medicine from my elders. And that's why I'm going to keep using kidney medicine, and that's why I'm going to teach my kids, our kids, to keep using kidney medicine. I use kidney medicine for myself, my elders, my parents, whoever needs it. And also I do trades with it. It'll strengthen your pancreas. It's a detoxifying medicine for the kidneys. Its especially main use is for the kidneys.
Oh.
People get sick all year round. So when they get sick and they come ask for your help, you gotta give them your help, because that's what you're about. If you're a medicine harvester. Well, usually in the winter, Mother Earth's sleeping, and all the plants are sleeping, but if you're sick, you're gonna go out for your medicine.
Yeah, it's like
you're not gonna wait. If you know where it's going,
Yeah.
you know how it looks, you know how it looks,
Cool.
then you go pick it. Because if somebody's sick, I'd rather have you healing somebody.
Okay.
I'll go out in winter time, summertime,
So-
spring, fall. Doesn't matter when I'll go out there, find what it is. If you're sick, I'm gonna go wake up that medicine, and I'm gonna try my best to heal you. Because that's what the Creator put me here for.
I like helping people with my medicines because it's to better them and better myself. I feel better when I know I'm helping out other people.
Taking water gallons is a really good stuff to do, because
so crazy.
if you're out in nature, this is the cleanest area
I'm
you can be
being
around.
like a psychotic person
Medicines help
to
me
be a therapist.
a lot.
Whatever.
Growing up, learning about my culture.
You know, I just think.
Did you overpromise to the American public what you could achieve in your first year in
Oh.
office? And how do you plan to course correct going forward?
Please.
I used to an optimist.
Yeah.
Look, I didn't overpromise, but I have probably outperformed what anybody thought would happen.
The Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell said that the midterm elections are going to be a report card on your progress on inflation, border security, and standing up to Russia. Do you think that that's a fair way to look at it? And if so, how do you think that report card looks right now?
I think report cards can look pretty good. That's correct.
Please don't show up at my home. I'm so scared of you. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take you out now because this just means that the next time she sees me face to face, she's not going to fucking end me. So that's cool. Great. Let's see what this fucking music is. Fuck this thing. Man, you're fucking gonna fucking with people's heads. It was like literally like a fucking. You getting paid for this shit. Oh wow. I hope you feel better. You fucking asshole. I don't expect any different. Fucking normal.
Have you
Fucking
used the
fire trip.
medicine wheel?
Whatever. Don't be an asshole, be an asshole. You fucking waste your time going through all that when you then don't want to fucking beg. Like, get the fuck out of here, tough guy. Whatever. I'm a fucking pussy, I guess you're a big tough guy. And you win. I don't care.
I love making mental health content, but it takes a lot of time and a lot of work. So my average 15-minute video.
Everybody has a personality. And part of having a personality is how we experience the world, our inner experience of the world, our emotional experience, and also how we behave outwardly. So what happens when we say somebody has a personality disorder? What we're saying there is that there's a really marked deviation from what we expect and how we expect them to behave, or how they
I'm doing that. My fucking I'm gonna get what's wrong with me.
We need one person more.
Staff at this Toronto hospital are performing a
Is that
delicate
how we?
dance. The procedure, called proning, involves flipping the unconscious patient onto their stomach to increase their oxygen. Like most in this intensive care unit, the elderly woman has COVID-19 and she's unvaccinated.
Now we're really only seeing almost two types of patients, them being the unvaccinated patients and the immunocompromised patients.
Most in the ICU are unvaccinated. Patients like Dawn, who asked us not to show her face.
You literally rather waste fucking like an hour literally going back and forth with me and say you're sorry for you to be like, yeah, fuck you anyway. You fucking asshole. Fucking sociopath. It's fucking part of it, right? Wanna be bad, Joanne? Fine, be bad, Joanne. I'm tired. Mm-hmm. And I expect the question. I wouldn't want to deal with another mom. Like, during the fucking moms in my life that I have to fucking deal with. I'm fucking just like, add one on me just for funsies. Like, one that does every fucking crazy drug. One with every fucking mental illness. No thanks. I got my own to deal with. Not exactly a pleasure dealing with yours too. Another fucking conversation. Have fun. Do what you want then. Fucking jumping friends. You do that. I feel like Sean Taylor's that fucking combination, like shit. Everything that I know. Sean Taylor. Fucking hard. Hopefully you will not catch fire. Seems like a lot of fucking children like die in fires like in the same like week. In the sounds of silence, I am so afraid to get a message being like, I'm in front of your place. Come downstairs. Because you're like the fucking mob boss.
Concerns that a new
New York City. There's a video. People being arrested for trying to enter a museum without proof of vaccination. And one of the people being arrested appears to be a child. I don't know the full details on this. There's probably some nuance. Sometimes they're not really getting arrested, they're detained. But my understanding is that they're trying to claim trespassing, as we've seen with many of these other instances. Meanwhile, over in the UK, they have completely done away with all of their COVID restrictions. At least it's my understanding. The BBC says masks are out, people can now start coming back to work, and their vaccine passports, gone. It's interesting that the US is
Because she's like, fuck the meds. Why not? Find out. Mm-hmm. See, now you're putting me on the spot. What do you mean? What do I want? I want you to not be mad at me anymore. What was the point of talking to me for an hour? Like, to hear a door, someone who is already well established doormat apologize for a power trip? All right, then I'll stop. But I just don't get what the point of the effort. Like why would you even bother with the conversation, right? Okay, well, we're talking, so at least I know you're breathing, so that's good. Yeah, I didn't expect that, did ya? Some fucking sense in you. Mm. Whatever, dude. You fucking pretend like I don't fucking know you. Fucking. As if you're not crying, as if you're not going through some fucking crazy drama shit right now. Like, fucking, yeah, I know. Mom's behaving badly. Ugh, gross. We're done. 8:50. One room. Yeah. Alex, agree, gross. Oh. All right. Cool. An apple. You're responding, so fuck you. Not a fucking like. Who has the last word here? What the fuck? No. See, like, what is this? Oh no. See, I fucking know you. Like, I think I don't fucking know you. 7 different fucking personalities. I know every single fucking one of them. On the fucking spot, dude. You wouldn't be fucking talking to me right now, like, honestly. I just don't want you to show up at my door because I don't want my mom's nose. I've gone this so fucking long without fucking it up. I fucked up my hand. I can't even fucking move myself. Oh, fuck. It's fucking garbage and everything else. Holy shit. I'm gonna massive out of your fucking brain. Deal to handle residential school. Oh, God. Smash my head into the fucking cement. Okay.
Under you.
Let me guess. Is it that there's snow and that they're removing it?
We finally see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Premier Francois Legault with a ray of hope at a COVID-19 press conference Thursday. He says the province has reached its peak for the fifth wave, now seeing a dip in hospitalizations, avoiding the need to cut services.
It is largely thanks to the support of Quebecers. We managed to stop the growth of hospitalization, so thank you. We are still at 3,400 COVID hospitalization. We don't know how long it will take.
No, you think your brain's fun. That's crazy. I can make a fucking dictionary in your phone. It's fucked up. You're my date for Saturday. Can't love you. Aww. My pocket? True. Oh god. Mm-hmm. Ew, why do you like to get weird chatty girl? Do you like new items? Great. $4,000 purse. Lovely. 2,700. Mm-hmm. Right amount. Me too. I'm so good internet provider. Not Bell or Video. Taking a walk instead. That's what I recommend. Mm-hmm. Oh my god. Okay. President of Canada. Why are we talking? Is house that terrible that we have to talk about the fucking baseball team that no longer exists? Self-care's canceled. We're drinking whiskey and listening to fucking sleep. Oh. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Mhm. Oh, see, like you're the face that I didn't want to fucking see today. Your stupid ass, fucking dumbass fucking face. Mute for another fucking month. Mm. Mm-hmm. 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 Hmm. Oh, Katie, get the fuck out of my face. Oh my god. Oh, $1 million, great. Hmm. Mm. Tomorrow. Great. Hmm. Mm-hmm. yeah. Are you? I don't know why is this happening. Okay. Thanks. Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Showered, edited my face. Great. That sounds gross. Don't fuck your face. Hmm. Mm. Everybody getting their haircut. I was like a dick now. This is hot shit. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm. Oh, I'm saying like he's so pretending like we get to talk about faggot dying. Mm-hmm. Oh no. What? What the? Mm-hmm. Ma. Hello.
Joel, all signs point to groceries going up, gas prices going up. Give us an idea of where lumber prices sit right now.
Right now, we're back to higher prices for lumber, much higher than the historic average of $300 per thousand board feet. Now, right now, we're at $1,200
You're gonna fuck shit up.
per thousand board feet. That's not the record we were at last June, which was $1,600 per thousand board feet.
Yeah. That's what I like. I know what more thing. I just remember the fucking swirly in the neighborhood. Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, that bitch went back to Brazil. Well, I hope she didn't get the same person to drop off her luggage. I doubt they would be so considerate. Because that's what I fucking consider. Oh my god, Sarah Porter, get off my fucking paper. Oh! Wesley. Wesley's also gross. Movie. Oh my god. Omicron. I hate you. Okay. Yeah. Hi. Have fun. Doing things weird. Oh, fucking. Eat a fucking twat. Like, get the fuck out of here. Please, I don't know. Lindsay, you're literally killing my leg. Oh, you're funny. Oh, what? 11. That's super wrong. Is it? I don't know. Massaging cat. You don't even care. Okay. Great. I'm almost fucking mentally broken. I don't know, it was like fucking an hour ago. Oh, yeah. Oh, mama. Ma. This is how we do it. Dumbass. Ow. You've been annoying. Telling you. I'm telling you. Hey? Is your bowl empty? Is that why? That's the only daughter next to me. What? Oh. Mom. What's a lot, girlie? Oh. 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 Oh, I forgot about you. Oh, Lord. I shouldn't be eating every fucking lunch. Should wait till my hands not broken. She's fair. Yay! Friends and psychotic person activated. Yeah. She's nice to me sometimes before I can say fucking whatever quote unquote. No. I'm done. Her. Mer. You trippy horse. You did not like that. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm annoying you. The tables have turned. I poke you in the ear. Poke you in the ear hole. And we roll. Mm. Mm. You're so bad. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh my god. What is happening? What is this? Yeah, you're gross. Mm. No, man. Mm. I don't know. You sound like a rabies raccoon. Oh, boy. You're funny. Oh my god. I just wish I could see your fucking face. Oh. No. Oh. Why? Hey, don't you fucking... Don't bite my cord. Don't you bite it. That you can. There you go. My good pencil, though. No! Don't take my pencil. Asshole. And the butt. Everyone just wants me to scratch their bums. Sometimes metaphorically, sometimes literally. No! No! Please. I love you. I'm so afraid you're gonna attack me. Big fat girl. Okay. Oh, fuck off. I'm back to sadness and news and shit. Oh. That's not my name. Kanye. Yes. How'd you know? It's not a fucking series of fucking Kanye's fucking wise words of wisdom. Go fucking...
In the middle. Every day, family.
Oh, no fucking on. Nope. I would really rather fucking stab myself in the ear with a pencil right now. Straight up. Fucking all this English music. No music.
Hey everybody, today I want to talk about maladaptive daydreaming. What it is, what it isn't, and how we can overcome the urge to stay in our daydreams all the time.
English speak.
What?
English speakers often use the term pathetic in a derogatory manner, which characterizes weakness and helplessness in other people. Hence, most people don't want to be pathetic, and we generally don't like pathetic people. What makes a person pathetic, and how do we avoid being so? The ancient Stoics might have the answers. The Stoics pursued a mental state called apatheia, from which the English word apathy derived.
They saw this mental state as a condition for living in accordance with nature. The latter is a Stoic ultimate goal and virtue. However, the word apathy in contemporary language has a different
Can I have my phone back? You savage. No. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Okay. Set myself up to potentially get fucking bullshit. Avoid it. I did the right thing. Nothing I can do about it now.
You have a million.
Okay.
You have a million thoughts a day, but you don't even notice them. You just believe them. We swim through our thoughts like a fish swims through water. We don't even notice that the way we think colors our view of the world. Or sometimes.
Wait. I really want to just jump.
Hey.
This morning, the cabinet.
The Omicron variant came fast and furious, and it would seem Canadians are split on how they feel our leaders reacted. A new Ipsos poll conducted exclusively for Global News shows only half of Canadians approve of Prime Minister Trudeau's response. Provincial leaders.
It's very UK. Super unhelpful. You're really getting no information. Okay. I know. Go for you guys. Back to how we were doing it before. Oh. Let's hear it. Fucking Queen Trudeau. The royal truth.
Hi, I'm Michael Stillwell. I'm Nick Manos. Nick, we're back for another season of Trendline, where we release episodes every 2 weeks. You can find us on ctnews.ca, wherever you find podcasts. And of course, if you want to check out the status of my houseplants in the background, you can also see us on YouTube.
Oh, that's a bit of a Charlie Brown plant. Looks a little sad.
Yeah, there's only one remaining from the previous season of Trendline. We'll see how this one does, but we'll hope for the best. So an exciting year ahead for us, Nick, with provincial elections. We've got Ontario and Quebec ahead. We've also got the U.S. midterms. We're going to talk about Joe Biden's approval ratings later in the show. But first, all is not well on Parliament Hill. Why don't you tell us about the latest tracking numbers?
Well, Michael, as you know, we track the ballot numbers every week, and when you look at the numbers right now, we have the Conservatives mathematically, statistically tied back to the margin of error, but mathematically ahead by a smidgen At 28.5, they're down over 5 percentage points. Liberals at around 28.2. So statistical tie factor in the margin of error between the Liberals and the Conservatives. Even the Liberals are down 4 percentage points or thereabouts. NDP at 24.3, up 6.5 percentage points. Even the Greens that had that really tough election, they're at 6%. And they're up. PQ at 6, PPC at 5.
Fucking, come on now with that shit. PPC is NDP.
You know,
Get the fuck out of here. You just fucking pretty sure about it. That's so stupid.
Welcome to the Megan Kelly Show.
Mm-hmm. True, all of the free speech and shit. Birds. Yes, that's a fucking birds.
All this is Dr. Mobeen Sayed from drbean.com. Welcome to one more show. So there has been a lot of chatter about
Large wearing sneakers. I'm more of a stroller.
When dehydration is a risk, choose
Get
Pedialyte
the fucking over
for fast, effective rehydration.
all this is Dr. Mobeen Sayed from drbean.com. Welcome to one more show. So there has been a lot of chatter about the European Medicine Agency's comment that the boosters, multiple boosters, could cause weakening of the immune system, and they doubted the efficacy of these. So let's quickly review some of the news, and then we will look at the basis for the mechanism that they are looking at to say this, to make this statement. So we looked at T cell exhaustion. How does that happen, and what is the outcome of that? That is
Ew,
the
you just
mechanism
puked
itself.
everywhere.
First, let's look at the
Grody. Everybody can fuck about the London. What a bitch.
Now, the US is debating whether it should allow gay men to donate blood.
What?
Allow me to repeat myself. America is debating whether or not it should allow gay men to donate blood.
What are we doing now?
The key word for this debate is not HIV positive patients. The key word is gay men. The world's biggest economy has safely assumed that every gay man is HIV positive, that he has multiple sexual partners, and is a regular abuser of drugs. And so he cannot be allowed to donate blood, unless, of course, he's not been sexually active or has abstained.
Oh, cat was chewing on his tooth. Sure. Little fucking torn fashion. No, I know.
More than 200,000.
This morning, the cabinet concluded that the
See.
Tonight, the January 6th committee formally requesting testimony from Ivanka Trump.
Feeling even cold.
This is very stupid. No, that was fast. So I was cute for like 0.2 seconds. Then I saw fucking face and I was like, fuck that. Shit. Take one. Controlling kills and winter. What?
And we have some breaking news going on here by the Lachine Canal, literally on the Lachine Canal. And this is the corner of St. Patrick and Dollard Street.
Yo!
Where we have a vehicle that has gone over the side of the Lachine Canal directly into the canal and costing lives, as you can see, very precariously.
Precariously.
Now, I don't know if they've rescued the occupants. I think they have.
Well, I'm fucking sure as shit also if they're just getting spun around.
I don't know the details of what
Well, then you
happened,
never know what they're
but
fucking going
if you look here, you can kind of see some marks, some tire marks. Okay. I'll try to zoom out here a bit. You can kind of see some tire marks here. So I don't know if they somehow lost control, had some kind of mechanical issue or whatnot. But clearly, that was a very lucky situation in terms of that car resting on the ice. I could have run right through the canal. Definitely going to keep you updated on this. Like I said, I think the occupants have been rescued. We can see quite a response here. And I guess the next step is going to be to actually get that car out of the canal. All right, so I'm directly across from where this incident happened. And you can get a better view of the actual size of the response that came. I've crossed this bridge here, which is close to traffic, by the way. And you can see just how
like a fucking part
rocky this vehicle was. That there was ice on the canal.
The canal. I'm like, well, I think they rescued the occupants.
It shows you how thick the ice actually is.
Around, but you never know.
And at least some parts of the canal. I just want to note a couple of things. It did snow overnight. I believe you can see there's a fresh coating of snow on the ground. And if you zoom in over here, I was showing you this earlier in the video. you can kind of see some tread marks leading from Stallard and St. Patrick Street, which is right here, going down towards the canal, directly where that vehicle is. So my theory is maybe there was some kind of mechanical issue and the car lost its ability to move, or maybe there was some kind of other situation going on.
ABS shit.
Very interesting situation.
Nicorette proudly salutes the quitters. Over 1,200 Canadians give up smoking every day. Nicorette gum is clinically proven to provide fast relief of cravings to help you quit, so you can join them. Nicorette, let's do something amazing. Plans for today's dreams and all of tomorrow's. Let's start a customized investment plan with BMO and get up to $2,500.
Best city in the world. This is it.
I love Montreal.
Actually,
It's a great city.
Quality of life is fantastic.
I find that this is exciting to be in, and it's interesting, and it has such good food.
They're moving away from Montreal, away from Quebec, away from the tension between English and French.
After a time, you just get worn down. You get just tired of hearing the same garbage, the same crap on the news every day, the same silly political games going on. Just tired of waking up every morning to it on the news, in the newspapers, over and over, without it ever finishing. I've always been proud to be a Montrealer. I think it's the most beautiful city in Canada. And not to mention, this is my home, and I've lived here all my life.
Eric has asked his employers to transfer him to Ottawa, where Rosa will pursue her career as a freelance journalist.
I'm sad that it's come to this pass. Both Rose and I have all these thoughts sort of, well, no, we're not going to give in. We're really not going to give in. All these other people have, but we're die hard. We're going to stick around. And here we go.
Oh. Which is no bachelor's working out.
Massive exodus. In 20 years, 300,000 English-speaking people left Montreal, left Quebec. It's one of the great migrations of Canadian history.
Great.
As the exodus continues, and Montreal becomes more and more French, it's hard to believe that there was once a time when this city had more English-speaking citizens than French. A time when the mayor was English, and a time when English Montreal had its own.
Yeah, I know. I'm such a terrible girl. Oh, it's his shoulder.
St. Henry is one of the oldest neighborhoods in Montreal. It grew up along the Lachine Canal here, where industry first established. Traditionally, this neighborhood has been made up of people who worked in those industries, so a very working class neighborhood. And that was the case up until the 70s or 80s. And what we see now in terms of who lives in St. Henry is a real divide with people who are higher income, who can afford the condominiums that we see behind us, and people who are still
over ice cream for 2 hours, like stepping over the fucking past out homeless people.
So all of that coexists in the neighborhood. But what we found is that those rents have doubled or even tripled. The kind of pressure that puts on the population that does live with lower income in the neighborhood has been incredible. And we've just seen people being pushed.
Really?
We're talking low-income people, and as much as 30 or 40% of the population that would have been here, 8 years
tried
ago.
to fucking identify St. Henry and they like everyone
Is actually
that 96% representation.
So at the time when it was created, it was really a great
And there's
example of public infrastructure that addressed the needs of lower income people. What we can learn from this experience now is that because the land that bordered onto this park wasn't protected from real estate speculation, is that now who uses the park and who has the best access to the park and the most access to the park are people who live in these luxury condos that was built up around it.
Musicians, look at them.
Another place where we can really see the divide between the rich and the poor in St. Henry is around the Atwater Market. So the reality of the neighborhood is that the access to affordable food is a huge problem, especially as we go further west in the neighborhood. If you walk around the Atwater Market, you see that there's a lot of access to gourmet and luxury food. But in terms of affordable food, it's actually a food desert. So a strategy that we developed and put in place in the neighborhood to address inequality so that very unequal access to food in the neighborhood was to start our own community markets. What we've done in the past year and a half since the pandemic was actually make that project into a community food hub. So now there's a new organization that runs a food bank that runs weekly markets
I dig
to
the
help
mushrooms
address
downstairs, so.
inequality and food insecurity in the neighborhood. Because that's the real heart of the story. Montreal is becoming a city where there are very rich people living right beside very poor people, and we need to address that. And right now, none of the political parties are talking about that need to address inequality in our city.
Please, if fire turned on, put her there. Oh, green. Pretty, of course. So you'll do nothing other than that.
So may bike lane na ako mga tapos makikita ko sa parang island. Yan niya kami nagpinaka parang circle. Lumabay kami dyan. Kaya dyan marami nagbabay. Medyo malayo rin sa mga kaya tayo makikita nyo na pero kaming vlog na during winter, ito yan, may nagpipishing. Yung pinubutas yung yelo para makapag-fishing ito yan. Yung tubig. Tayo nagsalakad sa pagka-winter. Yan, mga kabayan. Kung nga pala, para masabi sa inyo, dito tayo tayo dito sa dati nating lugar.
Fucking hop the board off. Make a fake. I remember 90, I don't fucking know. Jesus Christ. Where is she? Shocking. Oh yeah, there's only like 2. It's good. What the fuck is this? Please don't. They're just gonna destroy everything that they. Okay. Caught a machine gun muskie. Yes, I'm so curious with this home. No. I'm spelling metros out of market and the shaking out. Oh god. So it's like I can't even handle this. This is so
Who's
weird.
that? Roof Provost?
Dude, the guy who's doing the fucking tours for the fucking the Sheen part, where like all the fucking they put a bunch of new bike shit over where the fur trade place is, and the guy doesn't speak English or French. He's a fucking Asian dude. He's just like on a bike. He's like telling fucking everybody about like, oh fucking oh there's the war. I'm like, dude, what is going on? It's fucking bullshit. This is all technically your land. Where that fucking all that's train tracks. That's actually literally where they first laid down those train tracks. They don't touch them. And it just like lays in the middle of the fucking highway, like in the middle of the road. And it goes to like a dirt fucking lot, an empty lot with a fucking busted down building or factory or what's left of a factory. Like, Cameron, ever since your chief fucking died, the old dude that everybody loved, but everyone was hiding a bunch of shit from, because they're like, don't tell him. He might fucking literally have a heart attack and die from just telling him what's going on in town. But then he died, but he was really great, and no one's really taken over. You should take over. Go to
They have a
fucking TV.
lesbian chief.
Yeah, like who the fuck even knows who the fuck that is? Like,
I can't remember her name.
probably because she sucks shit. Like, nobody can do anything.
I think they were discussing about going back to the old way.
Having a table of your fucking elected chiefs and your fucking elders that sit there and you guys fucking, if you want to
see-
go up and be like, hey, listen, I think this would be great for town.
Hey, you want to know how they got their idea? Check this out. And this is what I mean by like they're going back to the old way of council. Each part of town is going to be a district, and there's going to be someone running it. This is where you guys got your idea from.
Yeah, I know. But I don't think it's a good one. I don't think you should segregate.
It's not segregating because now every person can go to this person in their district, tell them what they need. This person goes over to everybody, all the other people that are in the district, and they discuss what they need, and then they get it.
Yeah, I think that's too big. I think it's because you guys are being small, and like even though you know each other and you guys all have like kind of dirt on each other, you'll still like shaggy people. We can't do that. If I know some dirt or some shit, on this guy. Like, I can't even listen to his argument or what, like, the great thing that he wants to do is, because I'm like, yeah, but he's shit. You guys don't do that. All the people that are at the fucking TP on the highway, I did not know that was still being occupied.
Yeah, there's one on the OCR too, because that's where the next Chattagee is trying to approach now.
They're not. We don't give a shit about OCR. Lachine Canal. That's your fucking building.
Right now, Chattagee is trying to build houses right where ship plant is.
Yeah, St. Isidore?
Right on the OCR.
The
Right where
OCR is so long.
Right at the end of our territory, right where the ship plant is, where they put it,
Mhm.
on the left side, they're putting a road, but they're trying to put a road in the back where the bushes are and go further back that way so they can start putting houses there.
I just
But
don't get why you guys
that's
are
where,
focusing on the seaway.
because like that's all has city on it. This at least has forest. That could be.
Not the city workers, though. The city workers are paid guys who are just like, I don't know.
We're trying to save our forest there, our little bush that we have left. That's what
Definitely.
we're trying to save.
That's where your TP should be.
Well, that's where it is. There's one there too.
This is
There's
a huge piece of land. Wait. Okay. There's like a fuck ton of these fucking buildings. These buildings that are being built all around the fur trading posts. And like on the other side of the canal. Look. Okay.
Daddy loves you. Don't worry, baby.
So that's like First Avenue, right? And that's like the Sal. This is all technically your guys' fucking land. Like, it goes all the way down here because the fur trading post is all the way down here. So that means that's like it's literally the building. If you look at it, the address is Iroquois, 1000 Iroquois.
Yes, for white people that have a landmark, I guess.
Wait, okay, but like no, there's no way that is like socially acceptable. Really, you guys have no land ownership to the fur trading post that's in front of that church?
Probably not. I don't know. I'm not
Oh.
councilman. I doubt it.
This is retarded. I have to go walk the dog first.
Okay.
Anyway, I've been trying to figure out who the fuck owns these fucking properties, and they're like, go on the Canada website, My Service Canada. We'll let you know. I'm like, just give me a fucking name because someone's doing tours. People are really, there's like 3 reviews, like since 2016. Like, good job, guys. Like, what the fuck? Like, yo, people need to fucking smarten up. Take your fucking land from the white people before they take everything. It's fucked up. Because I'm not gonna be able to fucking even help.
Spaghetti.
I don't know. They said they're doing land development. And they're gonna focus on heritage, but like everybody who's on this project is a fucking super French, super separatist, fucking white piece of shit. Like, and they're like, hey, how about looking into getting the kids off drugs in the area? And they're like, nope, bikes. Like that. Like, it's like, what the fuck? Bye. Oh, it's really so terrible inside.
Yes, it is. It's terrible.
Oh, okay. Cameron. So it's okay. Don't worry about it. I'll take it. We're going to probably run the block, so if we get that far, and be able to curl in the feet position. Yes. Okay, right? I think that's fucking bullshit. Why is it okay for us to just turn that into a fucking public pool?
Pizza Pups asks for mugs. Pizza Pups? Pizza Pup.
90% make target. Okay. Okay. Let's do this. Pause. Pause. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. I'm not tough enough to fight against named people. Fuck me up. You're wasting your charger. Yeah, put the boots on you. Where are you going? Okay, no. Okay, okay. Yeah.